2, 1, go! Oh no! I grabbed the wrong color! Oh, I'm down. Got him. Watch out, he's behind me. Are you in? Are you playing? Peace offering. Engage. We gotta move. Gotcha. Hi, I'm Luke with Out of Darts. This year I missed EndWar. Now we were still sponsors and we're on the bandana, but I was really sad to not be able to go. Unfortunately, and fortunately, the reason I missed it was for a family reunion. Every couple of years, my family on one side gets together and we do a lot of fun things. We get together for a week in Colorado and we generally do a lot of outdoor stuff, and it has become very popular to Nerf every year. You may have seen previous videos on Nerfing at the family reunion. It's always been a lot of fun, and I thought since the kids were getting a little older this year, the cousins were all older, and about our youngest member now that was playing was probably about 10 years old, I wanted to step it up a notch. So this year, I brought 20 high-power Nightingales with 3 mags apiece and thousands of Worker Gen 3 Plus darts. And I have to say we had an absolute blast. I chose the Nightingale high power blasters because they are rock solid. I am wildly impressed with this blaster. They've been really popular on the shop. We've got all the colors in stock as of the time of filming this video. I brought 20 of these to the reunion and we used all of them, and we came up with a couple nice tricks. First of all, we were playing in public spaces, so I did bring orange, and I actually went one step further. I actually taped this over with orange during the actual video. So you'll see that when we're actually playing. Additionally, we wanted a good way to distinguish who was on which team. So we took 2 color bandanas, orange and blue, and we actually threaded it through this little thing here. So everybody was kind of running around with this like tassel. And I thought it was nice because it broke up the profile of the blaster, made it look like it was obviously a toy. It made it really obvious what team you're on. You know, sometimes you're playing and people are putting their bandanas on their head or on their arm or on their off arm or their waist or their blaster or their neck, and it can be harder to figure out. This was super obvious because you'd see that bright color coming around a bunker, and it would let you know who you're actually facing off against. Now, the age range was all over the place. My uncle, who's in his mid-80s, played, and everybody in between, from college age to high school, all the way down to 10-year-olds. And amazingly, we had 0 problems running 20 of these the entire week. Each person was able to take up to 3 mags. We brought our exclusive clear mags. These are exclusive to Out of Darts, these new slim angled mags. I really like these. I like clear because I can see through them. It makes it really obvious. And I was surprised how well these functioned the entire week. Because there's no rev trigger, they're actually a really good candidate for someone who's newer to a blaster, because you don't have to think about revving. You just pull the trigger and it works. If you pull the trigger a little slower, you get a little bit faster of a shot, but in the end it worked out really, really well. I think my cousins all had a really good time. Previous years, we always had this thing where everybody wanted the best blaster, and there would be like, you know, a couple Jupiters or a couple whatever the blaster was that year. I modded a couple modded strifes, and it was like a constant battle of people wanting to rotate in and out of that. So this year we really kind of leveled the playing field. Everybody got the same blaster, everybody got the same amount of ammo, the same magazines, and really got to have a good time. These darts wore exceptionally well. We opened about, I believe, eight or 10 boxes of 200, and I think I only threw away about 30 darts for the whole week, which is really impressive as far as dart head retention. These new Worker Gen 3 Plus have really become the gold standard of dart. And I'm gonna do a separate video just on this because personally, while there might be a brand out there that's advertising the #1 darts period, I have something else to say about that. I did, unfortunately, during this trip, lose Squid Game and finally get the illness that's been going around. My entire family, my close family, caught it during the reunion, and so we spent a bunch of the reunion quarantined and canceled our flights and drove the long drive back from California over 2 days with our kids and a car full of sick people. It was not a great end to the reunion, but I was really happy to get to see my family and play some Nerf. It wasn't a great end to the week, but I did make it this far. I really thought I'd win Squid Game and make it to the end, but it two and a half years in here, we finally did catch it. Fortunately, everybody's symptoms were relatively mild, so we are doing well. I am, however, a little on the tired side compared to normal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear what you think on this. Until next time, I'm out of darts.